What are you trying to accomplish? What I usually tell people, if they're like, I'm a developer, I want to run a service, I want it to be either an API or a website, or I just want something available online, I almost every time will tell them start with Lambda. Don't worry about orchestrator. Don't worry about containers. Don't worry about start with Lambda. Start with a function. You can containerize a Lambda, that you ship into Lambda and say like, hey, I have a container. Lambda, run this thing. That is the simplest way to get started. And I love starting there. I am a big fan of functions. I use a lot of functions and step functions and serverless options. But I almost always tell someone start with Lambda. At some point, there's a threshold of either you want to run third-party software, which won't run in Lambda, but unless it's packaged for Lambda, or there's some level of like, I just need a little more flexibility in how this application runs, or I need it to run longer than 15 minutes and I don't want to use step functions for whatever reason. Whatever it is that like, hey, at some point I'm either, or you're getting too many requests a month, right? Like, because Lambda scales amazingly well, but there is a cost benefit of, hey, I could run one instance that gets 10 million requests a day, or I can run 10 million invocations of Lambda. And at some point there's like a tipping point for cost.